Hey everyone, I'm Chris, and this is Cue the Credits. Welcome back to Cue the Credits, the home of everything boutique Blu-rays, physical media, and the art of collecting. My goodness, it feels good to be back. There has been quite a chunk of bad weather in the UK, especially in the Midlands where I'm based. So much so that we got loads of snow. All of my internet got knocked out for like over a week. And yeah, that's where we're at. So it's really nice to be back. It felt weird last Sunday not having a video, not being able to chat with everyone. Yeah, very strange. The schedule is going to be a little bit messed up for the next couple of weeks because today's video was meant to be last Sunday's video, and you'll have to just deal with my face and the various things that are going to get popped up on the channel for the next few weeks, and then we will get back into like a normal schedule. So let's get into it. We are talking the one, the only, the most anticipated Steelbook release of the 12th of January 2026. You saw it in the thumbnail. We are talking Tron Ares. Now, of course, this gained quite a little bit of controversy, and unfortunately, especially being a Tron fan, this seems to have killed the franchise, or at least anything that's going to be getting put out anytime soon, which is, yeah, it's pretty upsetting, I'm not gonna lie. But was it all that bad? And is this disc going to be able to redeem it? That is the real question. So if you are new here to Cue the Credits, I'm Chris. We take a look at various boutique releases, studio releases, Steelbook releases, and break them down, unbox them, and talk about whether it's worth you dropping the cash on this. Tron Ares was the long-awaited return to the Tron franchise that we've been waiting for since Tron Legacy. There has always been a sequel waiting in the wings to Legacy, especially with the open-ended finish of Tron Legacy, expecting to see Garrett Hedlund or Olivia Wilde return to reprise their respective roles. I don't think anyone had on their bingo cards that we were going to see Jared Leto be the person who brings the Tron franchise back and then in turn stars as the main protagonist in it. Yeah, it's interesting, but Tron Ares does do something quite special in the sense that we are flipping the general Tron narrative. Normally we will go into the grid and we will see everything that's going on there. Whereas in Tron Ares, instead of humans entering the grid, Ares crosses into the real world with some various other programs from the grid. This concept does give the film a very different energy and vibe to what we're normally used to, and it does provide quite an interesting concept, especially when you are seeing these computer programs in the real world. Don't get me wrong, it is still very much a Tron film. There is neon everywhere, you have got anxiety about the future of technology and AI, and to give the film a little bit of praise, it is clearly trying to push the franchise forward rather than just retread things that we had within Tron Legacy. So let's get into unboxing this limited edition Steelbook straight from Disney. And actually, on that note, you would be kind of hard pressed to know that it is a Disney release until you get right on the back. They really took their name off everything, but I'll touch on that in the unboxing. Let's get straight into this unboxing then. So we can see right on the front we get all the titular characters, but we'll get back to that in a second and just go through the J card to start with. So quite enjoying these new J cards that Disney are putting on, like a little pocket, and then don't have to deal with any like glue or anything like that. And it does, as you can see here, a little bit of dentage there, but it does protect the Steelbook a bit more, which is great. No Disney on this at all, and no Disney on the spine either. So just so you can see the tech specs on the back. Got quite a few special features on the Blu-ray, which is always nice to see. And then proper tech specs there. We've got Atmos and Dolby Vision, which is nice. And then this is a region-free release on the Blu-ray and on the 4K. So there's the J card there. Let's take that out. So, oh my God, there we go. So, right on the front, we have, of course, got our main characters here. Jared Leto sporting on the front. Also got Jeff Bridges and Greta Lee. Some light cycles at the bottom. Bit of the grid in the back, and we're seeing these, they're not triangles, but triangles without the, you know, pointy bit on the corner. We're seeing a lot of that. There's a nice like bit of spot gloss over this front, and I'll be honest, the actual print design on this is really, really well done. It looks so sharp in person. I don't know whether you can see that, but that is the front cover. Onto the spine, like I said, no Disney there, and I'll pick this up when we get out of the unboxing, but the characters are on the top rather than on the bottom for the rest of them. It looks like we've got a slight like issue there with Steelbook not being fully attached. Hopefully that's won't cause us an issue, but yeah. Onto the rear there, we've got this, and it says no going back, and that is Aries there. It's a little bit dull, and a Disney copyright there. I'm not sure once again if we needed it, but we have got a light cycle in there, which is kind of cool, but there's a different design that this could have been. It's kind of cool, but it could be better personally. So fully opening it up there, and that is the full Steelbook design. Onto the inside, the other Tron Steelbooks had the picture in the back, and it was like a main picture here, and then it kind of extended to behind the discs, so it looked cool. This, on the other hand, looks like they've just got everything backwards. I mean, let's take the discs out to start with, and see. Yeah, so, like, I mean, I know that it's not the shot necessarily. Why isn't the main bit on the left-hand side? It's just me being slightly nitpicky, but it is a, you know, it's a reasonable question on that side of things. But that is the inside. So that is the Tron Aries Steelbook. Front is really nice, and then it just kind of, spine is fine. The red does look very nice on there, but I'm annoyed about the disparity. And then the back is, though it looks cool, I feel like it could have been done better, but that's just me. So yeah, let's get into the actual discs and see what this is packing. Now, I would say that that's a pretty nice Steelbook, but it isn't without its fair share of controversy, as I was alluding to in the unboxing video. Let's take a look at the original Tron and Legacy to compare these Steelbooks. So straight off the bat, you can see we have got each Steelbook with the various characters on, and then Tron and Tron Legacy have got the different gradients of blue, and of course Aries has got that red there as well, which is quite nice. Now, if you haven't seen my original unboxing and review videos for the first two Steelbooks, I'll link that up above. But you can see here we're continuing that spot gloss, and then of course we've got the characters on the back, and then same for Legacy here, and then a spot there, which you go, right, okay, cool, they're all pretty much the same. Obviously we got the Tron Aries one, then we get the text on the back. Not really sure why. There is a standard Amaray version, which I will put up somewhere on the screen, which has got a really nice bit of artwork. And that could have looked great on the back of this Steelbook. And then we get onto the spines. And now this is only an issue in the UK. I've checked with some friends in the US who have got this, and there's a different spine design in the US. Don't ask me why. Look at that. Let me see if I can get that on the camera. Look at that. So, why has Tron Aries got... Oh, there's so much glare. Sorry, guys. Why has Tron Aries got the characters on the top? Why is there no Disney logos? Like, just... What's going on? Why? Why make the effort and then mess it up like this? It's a bit frustrating. Now, I have been speaking with Josh over at the Steelverse, which I'll link their Etsy page down below, about getting a custom made spine so it all looks, you know, semi-similar. It's really frustrating that we would have to do that, and you know what, first off, why make the spines different in the UK versions and the international versions compared to the American versions? But here we are. Let's talk about picture quality. Tron Ares is a reference disc, straight up. There's no ifs, ands or buts about it. We'll get onto the audio in a moment, but visually, this is exactly what you would hope for a new wave Tron film in 4K. Like I said, I've spoke about Tron and Tron Legacy previously in videos on the channel. This just looks absolutely incredible. There is a lot of dark scenes and it picks everything up just beautifully. The red neon highlights from the various different ships in the grid and in the real world just look incredible. Of course, with that being said, the Dolby Vision is doing a lot of heavy lifting and you really feel that high dynamic range. But that's what it's there for. That is exactly what I want to see in my HDR based 4K films. All of the sequences within the grid, of course, are the standouts, but really got to give props to how good the real world stuff looks. Like I just said, when you get those transition points where you've got characters from the grid in the real world, it just looks absolutely incredible. Without beating a dead horse, this is the new standard for a reference disc. Easily. Absolutely easily. Audio wise, once again, reference. It is a punchy Dolby Atmos track and it is doing some really, really nice work here. You are getting a wonderful separation during the action scenes which you want. It's not feeling like a super muddled mess. There is plenty of bass when the score kicks in. And of course, talking about score and music, Daft Punk did the score for Tron Legacy. Tron Ares is done by 9 Inch Nails and it is an incredible score. Tron and music have always gone hand in hand, especially these two newer Trons. You really feel the depth of that score on this disc. So back to the actual review of the Atmos. The overheads as well are being used in a non-distracting way. They're there and they are pivotal, but they're not making you go, oh my God, what's happening? This track is also not just loud for the hell of it. It's not like they've just cranked everything up. It has absolute purpose, gives a real sense of space and separation, is quiet when it needs to be, and when it doesn't, it punches you and gets really, really into it. Onto the film itself. Honestly, Tron Ares is really, really interesting. Personally, I enjoyed the film and I saw it in IMAX 3D and I am a Tron fan through and through. And this entry, it didn't let me down. Granted, it wasn't Legacy and it wasn't the original Tron, but it was something different. They tried and honestly, I think it worked. And yes, you can sit here and pick apart the story and really go into it and say it was boring, but was it a fun film? Yes. Does it look visually great? Yes. Does it sound amazing? Yes. And sometimes we just need to have fun with films. This is a film to have fun with. And Tron has always been a film to have fun with. This doesn't have the cultural lightning in a bottle that Tron Legacy did, coming out so long after the other one. And Ares coming out so far after Legacy with pretty much a totally skewed point and now being potentially the end of any Tron films we get is frustrating, but I respect the fact that it tried something different. It gave some great performances from, of course, Greta Lee, Evan Peters, and then Gillian Anderson, Jeff Bridges, and Jared Leto. You've also just got to note that the whole grid bleeding into our world does work thematically, and it feels very conscious for a film that is being released in 2025 and is being rewatched in 2026 with the state of the world at the moment. This is a film that benefits from rewatches, and if you only saw it in the cinema, I definitely recommend checking it out again. It is also available on Disney Plus if you haven't seen it before, but I would recommend picking up the 4K, especially with a presentation like this. So, is Tron Ares limited edition 4K Steelbook worth picking up? If you're a Tron fan, or if you're a Steelbook collector, this is an absolute no-brainer. If you're a Tron fan or a Steelbook collector, this is an absolute no-brainer. It's a gorgeous looking Steelbook, though of course the spine is a little bit annoying, but we'll put that to the side for now. And the presentation on the disc is just phenomenal. It is reference quality video and audio and definitely deserves a place in your collection. This is one of those releases that make you realize why physical media matters. Not necessarily for the specific release, but for the fact that we are getting that unfiltered, uncompressed feed of video and audio. Like I said, you can watch this on Disney Plus, but it is not going to give you the same presentation or output as this disc, because this disc is, yes, wow. Wow. That's all I can say. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Cue the Credits. I really appreciate you taking some time to talk movies with me. And I'm so glad to be back, and that Tron Ares is the one I'm back with. I love Tron. Like, it's just a great time. Yeah, I love Tron. So of course, the question of the day is, will you be picking up Tron Ares? Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, do all that YouTube stuff. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.